22 years ago, this was just an ordinary day. Nothing special, nothing planned. Just another school day, like any other. I was 14 years old. Didn't have much, just a dream. Didn't know it yet, but everything was about to change. That afternoon, I went to the park. Just me and a couple friends. No expectations. No plan. And then I met her. She was 13. And in that moment, my life changed forever. I didn't know it then. But I had just met my future wife, the mother of my children, my best friend, my soulmate. Back then, I lived in low-income housing. I was overlooked. Rejected. Picked last. I didn't have anything to offer, except a dream. And potential. That was it. But she saw something in me that nobody else did. She took a chance on a kid with nothing, and believed in everything I could become. That moment changed my life forever. At 14 years old, I didn't understand what that moment meant. I didn't know that one decision would shape everything. Back then, I was just trying to figure life out. Trying to find my place. Trying to understand where I belonged. And most of the time, it felt like I didn't belong anywhere. I was the kid that got overlooked. The one people doubted. The one people didn't pick. And after a while, you start to believe that. You start to think, maybe they're right. Maybe you're not enough. Maybe you don't have what it takes. And that kind of thinking, it sticks with you. It follows you. It sits in the back of your mind. Even when things start going right. But then, someone comes into your life and sees you differently. Sees something in you that you couldn't even see yourself. And that changes everything. She didn't see the doubt. She didn't see the struggle. She didn't see what everyone else saw. She saw potential. She saw something worth believing in. And more importantly, she chose to stay. She chose to believe. She chose me. And that's not something I take lightly. Because the truth is, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people had opinions about me, about us. They talked. They judged. They tried to pull us apart. Tried to convince her that I wasn't the one. That I wouldn't become anything. That I wasn't worth it. And maybe, at that time, I didn't look like much. But she didn't care about what I was. She believed in what I could become. And that belief became my foundation. Because life didn't get easier. It got harder. We were young. We didn't have it all figured out. We didn't have money. We didn't have stability. We didn't have what most people would call a perfect start. But what we did have was each other. And sometimes, that's enough. The world kept talking. People kept watching. Waiting for us to fall apart. Waiting for us to fail. Waiting to say, I told you so. But what they didn't understand was what we had. Because when everything around you is trying to break you, you either fall apart or you grow stronger. And we chose to grow stronger. Every comment, every opinion, every person who tried to come between us only pushed us closer. Every doubt became fuel. Every obstacle became a lesson. And every hard moment became a reason to hold on tighter. Because we weren't just surviving, we were building something. Something real. Something strong. Something that couldn't be broken. And that kind of bond, it doesn't happen overnight. It's built through time. Through struggle. Through choosing each other over and over again, even when it's hard. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when people don't understand. We stayed. We fought. We grew. Together. And over time, that foundation got stronger. Stronger than opinions. Stronger than doubt. Stronger than anything trying to tear it down. Because what we had was real. And real always finds a way to last. No matter how long it takes. No matter how hard it gets. No matter who doubts it. We kept going. We didn't quit. We didn't walk away. We held on. And slowly, things started to change. Not all at once. Not overnight. But piece by piece. Step by step. We started building something. a life, a future. Something that once felt impossible. And now, it was becoming real. We made decisions that weren't easy. We took risks. We stepped into the unknown. Because staying the same was never an option. We wanted more. Not just for ourselves, but for our future. For the life we believed in. And that belief, it kept pushing us forward. Even when it felt uncertain. Even when it felt risky. We kept moving. Because we trusted it. We trusted each other. And that made all the difference. Because when everything else feels uncertain, that kind of trust, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you steady. It keeps you moving forward. No matter what. And that's what we did. We kept going. Together. Always together. And that's what brought us here. 22 years later, still standing. And somewhere along the way, things started to change. Not all at once. Not in some big moment. But slowly. Over time. Through small decisions. Through consistent effort. Through showing up. Every single day. Even when we were tired. Even when we didn't feel like it. Even when it felt like nothing was changing. Because deep down, we knew it was. We just couldn't see it yet. And eventually, those small steps started to add up. They started to mean something. They started to build momentum. And that momentum, it changed everything. Because once things start moving, it's hard to stop them. And we didn't want to stop. We wanted more. More life. More growth. More opportunity. And eventually, we made a decision. A big one. The kind of decision that changes everything. We decided to move. Far away. 1,400 miles from everything we knew. Everything familiar. Everything comfortable. We left it behind. Not because it was easy, but because we believed in something more. We believed in the life we were building. And that decision, it wasn't easy. It came with risk. It came with uncertainty. It came with moments where we questioned everything. But we still took it. Because staying the same was never the goal. We wanted to grow. We wanted to build something more. We wanted a life that matched the dream. So we stepped into it. Into the unknown. Into a new chapter. And just like before, it wasn't perfect. There were struggles. There were setbacks. There were moments where it felt overwhelming. Moments where it felt like we took on too much. But we kept going. Because that's what we do. We adapt. We adjust. We figure it out. Together. And over time, we started to find our rhythm. Started to find our footing. Started to build something stable. Something real. And I started to change too. I wasn't that same kid anymore. The one who felt overlooked. The one who felt like he wasn't enough. I became someone different. Stronger. More focused. more driven. Because I had something to fight for. Something real. Something worth building. And every single day, I showed up. Not perfect. Not always confident. But consistent. Because consistency is what builds everything. It's what turns small steps into real progress. It's what turns effort into results. And over time, those results started to show. A home. A life. A sense of stability. Something we once only dreamed about. And now, it was real. Not perfect. But real. And that meant everything. Because when you come from nothing, even small things feel big. Even progress feels powerful. Even stability feels like success. And we didn't take that for granted. We appreciated it. We protected it. We continued to build on it. Because we knew what it took to get here. We knew the struggle. We knew the sacrifice. We knew the journey. And that made it worth it. Every single step. Every single moment. Every single decision. It all led to this. This life. This moment. This reality. And standing in it now, it's hard to put into words. Because it's more than success. It's more than achievement. It's fulfillment. It's knowing that everything we went through, it meant something. It built something. And it led us here. Exactly where we're supposed to be. Together. Still standing? still building. Still moving forward. And still choosing each other. Every single day. No matter what. Because that's what got us here. And that's what will carry us forward. No matter what comes next. We'll face it. Together. Like we always have. And like we always will. Because this is real. And real doesn't break easy. It bends. It adjusts. But it holds. And we held through everything. And that's what makes this so meaningful. Because not everyone makes it here. Not everyone stays. Not everyone builds something that lasts. But we did. And we're still doing it. Day by day. Step by step. Moment by moment. Together. Always together. And that's what matters. More than anything else. That's what this is about. That's what this ride represents. That's what 22 years really means. It means we didn't quit. It means we didn't walk away. It means we chose this. Over and over again. Every single day. No matter what. And that choice. It's what built everything. Everything we have today. Everything we've become. Everything we're still building. Together. Always together. And that's what makes it worth it. Every second. Every year. Every moment. All of it. Because it led us here. And we're not done. Not even close. We're just getting started. That's the crazy part. After everything, there's still more ahead. More life. More growth. More moments. More memories. And we'll build those too. Just like we built everything else. Together. Always together. That's the promise. And when I slow down and really think about it, it's hard to believe how far we've come. From where we started to where we are now. It doesn't even feel real sometimes. Because when you're in it, when you're living it, it doesn't feel like progress. It just feels like survival. Like getting through another day. Like figuring it out as you go. But then you look back and you realize it was all building something. Every hard day, every late night, every moment of doubt. It all mattered. It all added up. It all led here. And standing in it now, it hits different. Because this isn't luck. This isn't chance. This is time. This is effort. This is commitment. This is choosing each other every single day. Even when it was hard. Even when it didn't make sense. Even when nobody else understood. We stayed. We built. We grew. And now, we get to live in it. That life we once talked about. That life we once dreamed about. That life that felt so far away. It's not far anymore. It's here. And that means everything. Because not everyone gets this. Not everyone makes it here. Not everyone holds on long enough. to see it through. But we did. And we're still doing it. Still building. Still growing. Still showing up. Every single day. And that's something I'll never take for granted. Because I remember what it felt like. To have nothing. To feel like nothing. To believe I wasn't enough. And now, I look around and I see everything we built. Everything we worked for. Everything we fought for. And it's not just things. It's not just a house. It's not just a life. It's what it represents. It represents growth. It represents resilience. It represents commitment. It represents love. The kind of love that doesn't walk away. The kind of love that stays. That builds. That grows stronger over time. And that's what we have. That's what we built. And that's what I'm grateful for. More than anything else. Because without that, none of this would exist. None of it would matter. It's not about what we have. It's about who we are. And who we became together. Through everything. Through the highs. Through the lows. Through every moment in between. We stayed. And that's what matters. Because at the end of the day, it's not about perfection. It never was. It's about showing up. It's about staying. It's about choosing each other. When it would be easier not to. And we did that. Over and over again. In ways people didn't see. in moments no one else knew about. Quiet moments. Hard moments. Moments where it would have been easier to walk away. But we didn't. We stayed. And that choice, it's what built everything. Not the big moments. Not the milestones. But the quiet decisions. The ones no one talks about. The ones that don't get recognized. That's where everything is built. And looking back now, I see it clearly. I see how every choice mattered. Every moment mattered. Every step mattered. Even the ones that felt small. Even the ones that felt insignificant. Because nothing was wasted. Nothing was for nothing. It all led somewhere. It all built something. And it all brought us here. To this moment. To this life. To this reality. And standing in it now, I don't take it for granted. I don't overlook it. I don't forget where it came from. Because I remember. I remember the beginning. I remember the struggle. I remember the doubt. And I remember the moments where it felt like we wouldn't make it. But we did. We found a way. We always found a way. Because we refused to quit. We refused to walk away. We refused to let it fall apart. And that refusal, it became our strength. It became our foundation. It became the reason we're still here today. 22 years later. Still standing. Still building. Still choosing each other. And that means something. That means everything. Because in a world where things fall apart easily, we didn't. We held. We stayed strong. We built something real. Something that lasted. And that's rare. That's powerful. That's something to be proud of. Not in a loud way. Not in a showy way. But in a quiet, grounded kind of way. The kind of pride that comes from knowing what it took to get here. And knowing it was worth it. Every second of it. Every struggle. Every sacrifice. Every moment. Because it led us here. And we're still here. Still standing. Still building. Still moving forward. Together. Always together. And that's what matters. More than anything else. That's what this is all about. That's what this ride represents. That's what 22 years really means. It means we stayed. It means we built. It means we never gave up. On each other. No matter what. And that's everything. That's the story. That's the meaning. That's what it all comes down to. Two people who chose each other. Over and over again. Through everything. And that choice. It built a life. A real one. And when I look at it now, all of it. The years. The moments. The memories. It's more than a story. It's a life. A life we built. Together. Step by step. Day by day. Choice by choice. And looking back, I wouldn't change it. Not the hard parts. Not the struggles. Not the moments that tested us. Because those moments, they built us. They shaped us. They made this possible. And now, 22 years later, I can see it clearly. I can feel it. I can appreciate it. In a way I never could before. Because it took time. It took growth. It took going through it. To understand it. And now I do. I understand what it means to build something real. Something that lasts. Something that doesn't break when things get hard. And that kind of thing, it's rare. It's not something you take lightly. It's not something you overlook. It's something you protect. Something you respect. Something you're grateful for. Every single day. And that's how I feel. Grateful. For everything. For the journey. For the growth. For the life we built. And most of all, for her. Because without her, none of this would exist. None of it would matter. She was there. From the beginning. When I had nothing. When all I had was potential. When all I had was a dream. She believed in that. She believed in me. And she never stopped. Through every phase. Through every version of me. Through every moment of growth. She stayed. And that kind of loyalty, it's everything. It's rare. It's real. And it's something I'll never take for granted. Because I know what it took to get here. I know what we went through. I know what we overcame. And I know it wasn't easy. But it was worth it. Every second. Every moment. Every year. All of it. Because it gave me this. This life. This love. This journey. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. So this ride, it's for her. It's for us. It's for everything we built. And everything we're still building. Because we're not done. Not even close. There's still more ahead. More life. More moments. More memories. And we'll build those too. Just like we built everything else. Together. Always together. That's the promise. That's the foundation. That's what this is built on. And that's what will carry us forward. No matter what comes next. We'll face it. Together. Like we always have. And like we always will. Because this is real. And real lasts. Through time. Through change. Through everything. And that's what we built. Something that lasts. Something that matters. Something that's real. So this moment, it's not just another moment. It's a reminder of everything we've been through, of everything we've built, of everything that led us here. And I don't take that lightly. I never will. Because I know how rare it is. I know how special it is. And I know it's something worth holding on to. Forever. So this one, it's for you. Happy anniversary. 22 years. And we're still going. Still building. Still choosing each other. Every single day. And no matter what comes next, I know one thing. We made it. And we're just getting started. Still riding. Still living. Still building this life. Together. Always together. That's the journey. That's the story. And it's still being written. Every single day. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Not for anything. Because this is everything. And it always will be. No matter what. We'll keep going. We'll keep building. We'll keep choosing this. Over and over again. For as long as we can. And that's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. And it always will be. Forever. Together. Always. And that's the truth. The whole truth. Nothing more. Nothing less. Just us. Still here. Still standing. Still moving forward. And still together. That's what matters. That's what always mattered. And that's what always will. No matter what. We made it. And we're still going. That's the story. That's the truth. And it's only just beginning. Always. Together. Forever. Still riding. Still living. Still building. This life. Together. Always together. That's everything. That's the meaning. That's the truth. And it always will be. Forever. Together. Always. Still here. Still us. Still going. Still building. Always.